Okay, so just a few slides over here, couple of slides on what is the Covea solution in this respect, and then we will move on to showing you the action, that is the live demo, where we won't be showing the Covea solution. It will remain in the background. We'll be showing you the different connected tools and how easy it is to work with Outlook and use this integration. So what is the Covea solution? So Covea provides a platform and services for integrating multi-vendor tools for creating a unified software development environment. And what this environment provides us is an integrated view of all the ALM tools, and it's not only ALM but tools like Salesforce, ServiceNow, Remedy, which are not exactly ALM tools, so service desk tools or CRM tools. So all these tools can be integrated together, and we can have a central repository where all these data items can be copied into, and those can be used for tracking, reporting, and dashboarding. So as I was saying in the integrated ALM slide, that we have a central reporting and dashboarding capability. Next is the process automation, where Covea allows you to define workflows between different objects, passing on from one tool to another, so a total coherent workflow for all the systems, cutting across the tool boundaries. And third is our integration technology, that is Omnibus integration platform. So this platform is completely built on service-oriented architecture, and it's based on the ESB or Enterprise Service Bus pattern. And we have connectors for all the major tools in the market, and the latest connector being the one with Outlook. So let's move on to the next slide. This is an overview of the Omnibus architecture, where we have the different third-party tools that we often come across in our software development process, and all these tools are connected via adapters to the central Covea Omnibus platform. And what this enables is a cross connection between all these tools, so you can pass on data from any of these tools to the other one, and through these plugins for Eclipse and Visual Studio you can view all the data of the connected tools. So like all the ALM tools mentioned here, we have an adapter for Outlook also, which enables us to pass these tasks and these contacts and all this information across these different connected tools. And this is the last slide. This shows all the connected tools in Covea's ecosystem today. So we have adapters for all these tools. We have 40 plus tool integrations today, and as you can see, for requirement management there are 4 tools including Doors, JAMA, Requisite Pro. For configuration management we have so many of them. I think it's probably 8 in number, starting from Perforce, ClearCase to Git, GitHub, and some other tools like Salesforce, MS Outlook, that is the email client we are discussing about, and also it supports IBM OSLC paradigm for connecting items, Clarity. So a lot of tools here, and help desk tools like Remedy, ServiceNow. So we have adapters for all these tools. They are all connected with each other, and Outlook being the latest member, which gets connected to all these ALM tools. So moving ahead, let's go and see it live in action. So I'll just go to the demo scenario, where what we will do is we'll add a requirement from Outlook. Just from an email, we'll just click add requirement and it should add it. Then add a defect from Outlook. Then we'll go to the requirement management tool and the defect management tool and see those items appear over there automatically. Then we'll go and add a defect from Quality Center, assuming that the tester is testing and found a defect there, and added it to this QC tool, and that should come up in Outlook and show it as a task for the tester. Then we'll go to Jira and show the defect that we added from Outlook has appeared in Jira, and also we'll show how we can assign tasks to other users and how they can accept it. So let's go ahead and open up the Outlook instance. Alright, so this is the Outlook that we are showing in this demo, and this mailbox belongs to Shayok S. Roy, and as we can see, this is his inbox, and he's got a mail from this particular person called Shomonil Chaudhary. And let's see what we have to do to add this as a requirement. So my Outlook has become not responding. Give me a second. Okay, so here it is. So we have a tab here called Omnibus, which is basically due to the Omnibus integration plugin that we have. And over here you can see that the different icons over here: add a requirement, add a defect, add as change request. So these are all configurable. These are not hard-coded items. So you can have more items over here based on what are the artifacts you are interested in. So what we will do is we'll select this requirement and go to this icon and just click on add as requirement. And that should be enough. We can see that it has given us a bar over here which shows that Cover Omnibus requirement, and this particular mail from my inbox has now gone to my requirements management tool. Now let us open up an item which should be added as a defect. So this is a mail that I think it should go as a defect, and it should appear in the defect management tool. So the title reads defect for chat application, valid users are unable to log in. And the previous one we used was also related to chat application. I think the title was users, classes and features. Okay, so let's add this as a defect and then move on to the other tools and see how it appears over there. Alright, so this has been added as a Cover Omnibus defect. Now let's go to our Requisite Pro instance where we are managing the requirements. So I'll open up a different server where my Requisite Pro is being used from. So okay, here I am. Let me just open Requisite Pro. So I'll open up the connected project. And here we see. So we have the requirement already in Requisite Pro. The same title is appearing as the name of the requirement. The text or the body of the mail has appeared as the description over here. So let's now go to Quality Center, which we are using as the test management tool. So Quality Center is open over here, and in this requirements list we don't see that requirement that we added. So let us just go and refresh it. It should get the new requirement. There it is, chat application, and along with all the description that was there in the mail body. So it's it's a huge time saver if I can do this. I can directly click on one single button and push my items into the respective tools. Now let's go to, okay, so let me add a defect from Quality Center and let me see the reversed flow. So how this defect becomes a task for a particular user. So let me just call it defect added for chat application. Copy it, paste it in the description. And fill out the mandatory fields here. Assign it to a particular user. So Shyok in this case, because his mailbox is the one that we are working with. And click on submit. So this gets added as a defect in Quality Center, and it should come up as a task for the manager who's going to assign it to a different user. Now we had added a defect from our Outlook. So let's go to the defect management tool in question. Let's go to Jira and see whether that defect is showing up over there. Alright, so this is my Jira screen. Let me wait for a minute to get it refreshed. Alright, so we have the Jira screen here. Now all we'll do is just refresh this list, and we see a defect has got added here. Defect chat application valid users are unable to log in. So remember, this is the defect that we had added from our Outlook, and it is showing in my defect management tool. It comes along with the description, and there are some other fields that also we can carry into the defect management tool. So let's close this one. And now let's go to Outlook. Let me open up my Outlook once again. Here it is. And let me click on Get Task. Okay, so I can see something coming up here, and so this is the task, defect added for chat application. This is the one that we added from Quality Center, and it comes up inside my Outlook. Now if we go to task list, so this is the defect added for chat application. This is the description, and by default the date is set for today, so we can change it to some other date. We can see that over here the owners are given as Arunava Bhattacharya and Sugata Datta. So this is because of some policies and process which we have configured inside Covare. So this task is supposed to be routed to these two people who will actually go and fix the defect. So let's see how easily we can do that. Alright, so let me just, okay. So I'll close the Outlook and log in once again for that particular user. So Arunava was one of the users. And I've logged in as Arunava. We'll wait for a minute to let Outlook synchronize and get the latest items. So basically a send receive. We should be able to see a mail come up over here for the task assignment. So it's still updating inbox. There we are. So a mail has arrived from Shayok, who was the manager who got the initial task, and he has forwarded it to the particular tester who's going to do this, and he or she has the option here to either accept it or decline it. And let us click on accept. And it's got added to his task list. So that's how simple the integration looks like once it is done. Now we'll try to add a contact. So let me open up the Coveware application to add contacts. So instead of Coveware application, it can be any other application that you're using for project management. So in our case, it's Coveware. We'll just log in over here. Okay, so let me do that from Mozilla. Let's go to the contacts and create a new one. So you can visualize this as a new user getting added to your project team, or it can be a lead in your CRM tool like Salesforce, or it can be a customer who has logged in some problem from a service desk application. So I'm filling out the first name, last name, title, email, company, and I'm making him a contact for this particular user whose Outlook we are checking here. And you can give the other details of the contact as well. And after doing that, what we can do is we can save it. So we are showing Coveware over here. It may not be Coveware. It can be any other tool where you're managing your users. So this is the last one user that got added. That is John Smith for the Coveware company. Now let's go back to Outlook and see how we can get these contacts into Outlook. Let's close this particular inbox or mail account and open up Shayok's mail, because that is the person whom we assigned the contact to. So there we go, that is Shayok's mailbox, and we'll wait for a minute for it to get updated. It's getting connected to Microsoft Exchange, updating the folder. We'll just wait for the update to complete. Still updating. Updating inbox. So all folders are up to date. So now what do we need to do to get the contacts? We've just got to click on this Get Contacts menu bar, and these are the two contacts that got added. So Alan Taylor is someone that we had added for testing an hour back maybe, and John Smith is the one that we added right now. So both these contacts have appeared inside our Outlook. Let's close this and go to the contacts view or the people view and see whether it got added. There we are. John Smith has got added here, and the email and all other details are over here. It shows manager, Covea, and similarly for Alan Taylor. So that's more or less all that I had to show in today's demo. There are a lot of other things which are more into the integration with other tools, so I would not go into that. So this is the value that we get out of the Outlook integration, and now I would like to open it up for any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Puranjoy, for the insightful presentation. So let's now quickly take up the questions. I request you to please read out the questions and their answers so that all our users may listen to the insights. You can get the questions in the questions doc. I hope it's in front of you now.
Yes, so I've opened up the questions. The first question is, why